and budget needs to be made available by the CEO. Otherwise, we will not do it. So we will refuse any user requirement. Well, of course, this is a typical example of we have the legal mandate to be maybe not always in the best interest of the client, but at least to make the project work. So we were a very small company working in a very big environment, but the implementation was so simple. It was ridiculous. I was one of the two project managers, but there were two sides of the companies, and I did one side, and a friend of mine did the other side. And my job was mainly to listen to very, very angry users. Like you have different department heads, and they would come to my office and scream and blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, I understand you would like this requirement, so please have it signed off by the CEO. That was all. Nobody ever went to the CEO because they knew that he would not sign it off. So the project was a big success. We got like ridiculous.
So you didn't change it?
We didn't change it.
Oh, I had a big failure. Was my followers is adding more than 20 consultants into project because of over requirement. And usually I will go and recognize 2 or 3 months later. But at that time, already spent couple million US dollars already, several months going on. Then job manager is very weak to negotiate with customer.
Right. I think that happens a lot. It feels that I get the impression that in the Japanese way of working, because there is no third party, because it's giving your word and giving commitment, any request basically needs to be fulfilled, and it's very much an open target, a moving target, what you're working against. Whereas in Western society, by defining everything clearly, it's a very fixed target, which is not always in the best interest of the client, mind you, but not always in the best interest of the supplier either. But at least it's a fixed target, so we know what we're going to do.
Okay, this is Confucius actually. What the problem is? He is superstar developing project. Designer skill or creativity, leadership. What is insufficient is how to communicate with users people. This is actually Confucius. Confucianism is even if that problem stripes or miscommunication is discrepancy, whatever, everything. You did say so, you didn't say so. But this Confucianism is, if you're going to expert for this Confucianism, he should settle down, okay? He does not need to accept anything at all. This is his skill. But this is not a good talent person, but this is, he knows about technology skill. No. But this is communication skill, a negotiation skill. This is what the big issues for writing book. And in the case of you have getting turmoil, usually you got problem is just only human relations, not bottleneck of system or performance. No. Always 100% you got problem with people, right? So many weak mindset people, he's defeated by his opponent.
But it's also part of the reason is also because the human relationship become much more important in the Japanese case, because there is no third party you can refer to.
What?
So in our case, we have the specification document we can refer to. So basically, to avoid this the pressure on the human relationships in Western projects, we can refer to all the specifications that are written out. So look, it's in the specifications here. It's written here. So if you want it, it's out of scope. You need to pay. We need to reassess the time.
They accept?
Of course, because it's part of the project.
Japanese, yeah, no.
Exactly.
So for example, detailed design, and then okay, grand design and basic design, detail design. Then at that detail design base, oh my God, we need to add 2 digits for the detail code. Otherwise, the field operation does not work. 2 digit adding for the code, but 2 digit adding code is not easy for changing system, right?
Right.
But they cannot deny it or to add two digit. It caused 10 months is changing specification.
Right. Who's going to pay it?
Right?
Who's going to pay for it?
This is the company. If job manager, a powerful guy, he can negotiate that project manager of the client. But usually many cases he cannot.
So how will this end in Japan?
Hmm?
How will this end?
My case
Client
is
will be
my case is partner negotiated to customer senior vice president, but this is not easy. I did so, but usually very hard, for negotiating with those people using lawyers and
Right.
checking
But
contract.
a lawyer is very difficult because if it was not specified or if it was not known or at the onset, how is a lawyer going to help you? It's going to be very messy.
Not difficult. I'm very experienced for contract. I myself.
Right.
So also lawyers, we have very experienced lawyers in Japan. So I can communicate with those specific lawyers. Then I'm going to explain for the 5 hours, 6 hours. They understand, and they give us what kind of the negotiation level is possible. Okay, this kind of case is 10 months, so it is 1 million or 2 million, and they understand how we're going to push it. Not the lawyers coming from. Okay, I'm going to negotiate with customer. So I did so. But it takes several months to get money.
Right.
Because kind of overrunning cost is 2 million, 3 million. He needs to submit that additional budget at company board committee.
Right.
So not easy.
No.
And usually American company job manager is very young, 30s. He cannot negotiate with customer. Customer is 50s, right? Years old. They're very skilled and very tough to negotiate. They cannot do that. So I did it. But this is not easy. Not easy job. So and usually Japanese will not pay. So write-off, the tremendous amount of write-off occurs. Especially not only system, but also like a project of one example is nuclear power plant. Is one example. It's overrun. A lot of cases happened before, right? So
But that also has to do with
construction.
changing user requirements, changing legal requirements for nuclear power plant.
The normal case is construction project, right? Is they have lots of problem, even if they have experience many times.
Right.
I don't know how to fix it, but how to get money.
But software is even more complicated because it's very abstract.
Oh yeah, you cannot see it.
You cannot see it. It's very abstract to create the same idea. If we're talking about a building, we can see it, we can feel it, we can kind of get a good idea of what that building will be like. We can create a maquette.
Yeah, I think this is recently Japanese people they have not so much experience for Confucianism. Confucianism is okay. You don't need to study. Okay, this is not concerning engineering skill or technology skill, but this is a kind of special skill Confucianism will going to teach you. And under designing or under implementation, you're going to how to communicate with people. Okay, how to persuade them, how to give them trust. Like here, how to get trust. Is exactly Japanese people. They are not studying kind of area. Okay, just we are doing business. It means this contract $5 million US. Then we're going to do the project, but technology and engineering skill No. You need to also communicate with client, users, customers. Kind of skill is Confucianism.
Right. But the